Melissa, congratulations for the win at Everton. How much has that, I was going to say lifted the mood, but I'm not suggesting the mood was down. How has it improved since, the narrow United result and then that win? How have you seen an up mood, if you like?
Yeah, our success measure was to make sure that we built upon the previous performance. So taking all the positives from the match against United on the weekend and bringing that into a midweek match. I think it's there's a lot to be up for in playing, away against the top of the table team in an FA Cup semi-final. And so it's recreating that energy. And we had a real focus about us going into the match. So it was really nice to see us execute and really be the dominant side in the first half. I think for us, like we said, it's just building from game to game from here on out. I think it's a real credit to the staff and players. They deserve that one. They've been through a lot this year and the performances have been there. So now it's just really tipping the pot, and I'm really pleased we were able to do that.
And the range of goals, there was a set piece, wasn't there? And there was a beautiful ball over the top, brilliant finish from the New England player, Katie Robinson. There's a nice mix in there, which I guess is very pleasing for the players individually, but for you as a coach.
Yeah, look, the goals were fantastic, incredibly well taken. We won the ball back in really good positions on the field and were able to execute in transition for two of the goals, obviously with Katie Robinson's goal and then with Terry's second goal as well. So great to see that and reap the rewards of our attacking transition, but also a brilliantly delivered set piece and brilliantly executed. And I think the goals came at critical times in the game as well, because in the second half, Everton came out and changed their shape and obviously got one back. And so then to go up 3-1 quite quickly after that is a real testament to the mindset and the mentality that we're trying to develop as a group.
You talk about belief, everyone would. Does actually now physically being out of that bottom place, does that really help the belief?
Yeah, we're not going to focus on the table at all. We're just going to focus on our own performances and the actions required to get to where we want to be and to be a competitive team and be really difficult to break down and really difficult to beat. And I think we were those things on Wednesday night. We were those things on the weekend. So we're going to continue to focus on, the belief that that's brought us, but then how that belief turns into action and performances.
And you'll need that going to Liverpool. They're having a good season since coming up.
Absolutely. Liverpool are a strong side to play against. They're all very physical. They're quite dynamic and direct in their attacking style. Obviously it was a bit of a wild scoreline on the last time around when they played them, back earlier into the season. And so I think, again, the focus will be on ourselves. We know the threats that they'll have and what we'll need to be prepared for. And it's about us managing a 3-match week as well and making sure that we prioritize our freshness and we go up there with the same mentality that we went into the last 2 games with.
You know Liverpool quite well, I imagine, from your previous job.
Yeah, well versed in playing against Liverpool, for sure. So I think, they've obviously grown and they've had a good first season in the WSL, so you will prepare accordingly.
What will you need to win at the weekend? You've seen progression in the first 2 games, haven't you? What do you want to see this weekend?
I think it's progression again. It's building upon our new identity out of possession and where we can be even better, because I think there was times in the game late in Everton where we did get stretched, and so we'll have to address a few key areas about being a bit more disciplined. But I think the way that we managed the game towards the end of it was brilliant. So we definitely want to see a progression from that out of possession identity, and then also start to find ways and areas where we can value the ball a bit more and manage possession moments and not just be an attacking transition oriented team, but have real quality on both sides of the ball. And we're only just starting to build that side of it.
Finally, for me, if I may, you mentioned freshness. Are you perhaps thinking you need to rotate a little bit?
Look, we've got a lot of strength in the depth of our squad and haven't made a ton of rotations over the first couple of games, but I think that stability and consistency in performances is really key, and seeing what we get from players one match to the next is really important. So Obviously had a good session today. We'll train again tomorrow before we travel up, and I know that everyone will be in a really competitive position to assert themselves and be in the squad.